Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? I'm excited for this morning. Wake up. First off, I see a lot of you are sleeping still. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good day, and I have something that's really gonna wake you up for our first thing to draw. So, get started. Let's get started. So we have not starting soon anymore. We have our morning plan. So what we're doing right now is we have an art view, then we have quote of the day, morning mindfulness, then we're going to draw simplicity, then we're going to do a karate break, then we're going to draw some beets, and not like the vegetable though. And then we're going to do our challenge of the day, and then I'll say our goodbyes. So let's get started. That's all right, Hadassah. Ooh, let me close our window and get the cars outside. Okay, there we go. That should be a little bit. That should sound a little bit better. All right. So moving right along, guys, I didn't get a whole lot of submissions from you. What's the deal with that? Have you been sleeping all day and night since I last saw you? Let me know in the comments what's going on. We did get an awesome submission though from Colin, which I love, and I love how you add out of the French fries. What's the N on the French fries stand for? That's what I want to know. But I love it. Here, let me move out of the way. Here we go. So, and this was the one that we did for Zoe's character, and we kind of revamped it last episode. And I also helped Con revamp his character and give him like a new costume design. So now we have Saucy in Colin's version right there. Oh, you forgot to send your stuff. A likely story. Just kidding. But no, I like it. I am very interested to see what you come up with, Zoe. But Colin, very nice job. I'm very curious. Let me know. You'll probably send me an email of what the N stands for on the French fries. And I like the saucy guns. You did them really well. And his face, his expression is really good too. Damien, you guys can't keep on forgetting stuff. Come on, you think this is like not serious? This is as serious as it gets right now. So yeah, don't forget. Just kidding, totally just kidding. But send in your stuff, noahfontana@gmail.com, or tag me on Instagram. Even if you do it like that, I'll just take a screenshot and I'll send it. I mean, you could send it in quick, but like it's not gonna show up until next episode. I'm not that fast. And plus, we have stuff that we gotta draw today. So speaking of that, I hate when I do that. Okay. Y'all would probably really like her. If you follow me on Instagram, can we do a part 2 for the character costume design? What did you mean, Isabella? Let me know what you mean by part 2. We can definitely do more costume design if you just want to do more. Like work on more of your characters, we could totally do that. Let me write that down. But also, Jackie Orms. You guys should all know her. I've been seeing, once I researched her, I'm going to write down part 2. Hold on a second. Part 2 costume. You guys are so cute. Totally not a big deal. I'm not mad at all. But Jackie Orms is known as the first African-American woman cartoonist and creator of the Torchy Brown comic strip and Patty, Joe, and Ginger panel. And you can see those up top. I think this one over here, this lady, is the Heartbeats, which is the Torchy Brown comic strip. And it's really cool because she kind of included, if you see right over there, at the bottom of that strip, you can actually cut out the costumes for the character and fit them over the character that she drew, which is really interesting. I feel like a lot of you would like do that with your characters, which I think would be really cool to see. But then she also did this one that I'm standing right in front of, this one right here. And this is the Patty, Joe, and Ginger panel, which is about a big sister and a little sister. And the younger sister is like really spunky, and the older sister is like really cool and classy. And that was like a big deal. Let me see. Hold on a second. What are you guys saying? Like for the same thing that we did last time for the characters, but never. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh well, yeah. Sometimes Zach, I can make an exception, but right now we have so many characters to draw and so many things that I want you guys to do, so we don't have time today. But I'll still get it. Yeah, I'll see it. Have it right here on my phone, so I'll see it pop up. Um, but yeah, um, the author of Jackie Orm's The First American Woman Cartoonist, it's like a book, was Nancy Goldstein. She wrote that Orms was giving voice to what was in the hearts and the minds of many people, the desire to move forward and make progress. And that's what I really liked about Jackie Orms. She's actually like a really fantastic cartoonist, and you should definitely check out her stuff. Very topical for today, with everybody talking about racism and yeah, and prejudice and unfairness and not portraying people equally. Jackie came in and just like a wrecking ball and just totally shattered that whole illusion, and did it kind of under the radar because she was she was drawing it as a cartoon and wasn't like writing political articles where she like wrote words. She just did a cartoon, and she wasn't trying to put anybody else down. She was just trying to uplift and show an accurate portrayal of the people, of black people, of black women, of women in general. And she did that in a really cool way by creating like this like funny strip that yeah, that showed that, which was really cool too. So definitely look her up. Everybody should know about her. She should be way more popular than she is. And everybody that I've seen posting about it online, uh, they're all like, I don't know why she's not like one of the most famous cartoonists out there, because her stuff is great. She's really awesome, and she did it also in a time when it was not very easy to do. So definitely check her out. And in the spirit of her helping other people move forward and make progress in their ways of thinking, we're going to slide into our morning mindfulness as we take a deep breath. And I want you to close your eyes and think of a time that you felt stuck. So stuck, like maybe you were stuck feeling a certain way for a long amount of time. Maybe you were stuck working on a project for a really long time and you just couldn't get out of it. You couldn't figure out how to solve the problem. Okay. So take a deep breath. Close your eyes. And keep on breathing as I talk. Jackie did the world an amazing service by showing a more positive outlook on how the world can treat each other and thrive. Sometimes the best way to solve a problem you're stuck on is to move forwards in another way to keep progress rolling. As we move on to the next portion of class, I challenge us not to get hung up on where we get stuck, but instead let it be as it is and proceed in a different area in our drawings and in our lives. So, kind of like how Jackie did, instead of trying to deal with the problem of racism directly, she went a different route and showed a better way that we can be living our life. And in that way, she was also helping the issue of prejudice and racism. But yeah, so when we're drawing, it's kind of the same metaphor for how we're drawing. Like if you're getting stuck and you're drawing like an eye, and you're getting really stuck on it, you're starting to get frustrated, and then you start making worse decisions because you're frustrated. Try to draw a different part of the character, or work on the color of the character, or work on the design of the character, whatever you haven't been doing. And a lot of the times it'll kind of come full circle and you'll be able to solve both problems. All right. Now, in order to do that, sometimes you have to keep things simple. So we're going to start by drawing some really simple characters, and I know you guys love this because we're going to start with some cartoon characters, okay? Okay, you guys are watching. That's okay. Also, if you guys really want to see and learn more about Jackie Orms, there's a YouTube video that's linked in my Instagram profile, and you guys can watch it right there. And I think it's like an 8-minute video or something, and you can learn a lot about her. And the girl that's talking about it in the video is really funny. So yeah. All right, now I need everybody's attention because we are going to do some speed rounds of cartoon drawings. We haven't done this in a while, and I figured it would be nice to change it up. All right, so first off, we got Mr. Simpson over here. All right. Now, I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna change it up my brushes too. I'm going to go to my calligraphy brushes and then use the chalk one. The chalk one's a really nice brush. It kind of gives this nice, like, flowy but like dark line. Thank you, Bart Simpson. I thought it was Bart Simpson, but Bart sounds like a really older name for a character that looks so young. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer. These are going to be 2-minute drawings. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with 2 minutes and see how we go. Okay. Nuthers. All right, Nuthers. What does Nuthers mean? Okay. Okay, ready. So we're going to do Bart Simpson in 2 minutes. Ready? So I want you guys to try to follow along, or you could also just draw it yourself. Here's an initial sketch that I tried just to practice before. So we're talking like really loose and really rough. Ready, set, hold on, that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and go. Okay. And this will help us get nice and loose. And we could always adjust it later. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. Keep on going. Okay, we're going to do a bunch of characters like this, so get ready to get warmed up. I should have this ready. Okay, here we go. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to have time to do the colors, so this is kind of cool. We have about 22 seconds left. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. And that's time. How'd you guys do? Alright, I think I'm going to start with the black ink next time. But not bad. Okay, let's do another one. Alright, now we're going to do... Okay, you guys are going to hate me. We're going to do both of these characters in 2 minutes. So instead of spending 2 minutes on one character, we're going to spend 1 minute on 2 characters. Ready? Here we go. Get your pencils ready. And the trick is, remember, the trick is to just stop when the timer goes off and not keep on drawing, and try to fill in the whole thing. This will actually help you get better as an artist, even though it won't look better right away. So yes, it's going to definitely look weird, but that's the point. The idea is to learn how to get the general flow of the character first, and get the general shapes, and then that'll actually, when you have the time to do your characters, then you'll be able to do it a lot faster and a lot cleaner. It'll really help your lines. Okay, here we go. Ready? 2 minutes, 2 characters. Let's go. Whoa. Oh man, Mickey Mouse is like low-key kind of like really complicated. Yeah, these guys are not hard ones, not easy ones, I was gonna say. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. So you should be a decent amount of the way done. I think we're doing pretty good on time. Just trying to get the general shapes of the characters now. I like to spend a little bit of time on the face, but everything else can be kind of like really roughed in. And if you look already, right, my lines already have like a nice kind of flow and a rhythm to them, as opposed to if I was to take my time and they'd be kind of like stiffer. All right, we have 30 seconds left. Oh boy. Set some color really quick. 15 seconds. There we go, and that's time. All right. How did you guys look? Mine looked like the weirdest yellow Muppet. Nice. I think that was for Bart, right? All right. Don't hurt yourself. This is just supposed to be a practice warm-up sketch. Yeah. Look at mine. Don't look great either, but they definitely kind of have like a lot of the fun flow and like the interaction that both of them have together. So I think it was a success. Okay, here we go. Let's do. Maybe this one will be a little bit easier. Okay. We're going to do SpongeBob. And now for SpongeBob, we're going to do, let's do a minute 30. So not quite as short, but not quite as fast, okay? Deformed aliens. Nice. Looks like he's writing adult. Nice. Okay. Ready? Here we go. SpongeBob. A minute and 30 seconds, okay? You guys can do this. So 90 seconds total. Ready, set, go. Oops, it would help if I wasn't starting on a square. Oh man, this is already like, he already looks pretty crazy, so if our drawings don't look totally insane, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Okay. All right, here we go. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, shoot, we have 19 seconds. Ah, I wasn't looking at the time. I think I was like spending a little bit too much time there. Okay. And that's time. That is fast. Oh, you guys did it already? Zach, how did you do that? Okay, Zach, definitely send me that SpongeBob one. I am very impressed. Okay. But guys, look at I just noticed. If we take away the line drawings from my SpongeBob, he looks like a crazy like monster. Okay. I forget who recommended this guy. What's his name again? His name was Jose Carioca. This is his parrot character. Oops. Okay, here we go. Again, we're going to try it in a minute 30, okay? Same amount of time. You didn't finish yours is right eye? Okay. And that's part of the fun, is that you're not going to finish, and so it keeps you pressing to go faster and faster and faster. And once you hit that spot where you can get them done in such a short amount of time, then your lines all of a sudden start to look really, really good. Okay, this guy will be a good one for that too, because he's got a lot of flow. SpongeBob didn't have as much of a flow in his body because he's a square, so that's probably why. If his looks extra weird, that might be why. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Jose Carioca. All right. Okay. And the idea is, if you could start your other sketches with this kind of like rapid fluidity, your characters that you draw will actually have like a really nice flow to them. And then you could always fill in the details on top of it later. All right, we got 29 seconds. Six seconds. And that's it. All right. Whew. Zach, everyone is very impressed. You got to turn yours in. All right. Let's do another one. Last one, okay? Here we go. This guy, I forget who recommended this one. If you guys are my mom's students, she submitted this one, so you could ask her. All right, here we go. All right, for this one, I'm gonna give us 30 seconds again, but I mean not 30 seconds, 1 minute and 30 seconds. But I'm gonna give us 1 minute and 30 seconds to draw the outline, and then we can do another extra bonus 30 seconds to finish coloring it in. Okay, so 1 minute and 30 to go as far as you can, and then an extra 30 seconds at the end. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's the thing. Nobody's like this time span is like ridiculous. There's no reason for you to ever need to draw this fast. So they're not going to look good. But it's the act of like trying to draw it this fast that helps you like loosen up and get your lines like really flowing. So it's not. This is not supposed to look like a good drawing. This is supposed to just loosen you up and help you get into a better flow. Okay, so 1 minute 30 seconds, and then I'm going to give you guys an extra bonus minute and 30 an extra bonus 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go. Okay, that was a minute, so that we just spent 30 seconds. I spent way too long on that hand. And that's time. Okay, really quick, 30 more seconds. Ready? Here we sit. 1, 2, 3, go. 30 seconds, go. Dang, that 30 seconds was fast. Okay. Whew. How'd they look, guys? All right. I'm excited to see what you guys came up with. Whew. Man, those always make me like super tired. I don't know why. Even though we're not actually doing anything like using that much energy. It's just like being like holding the energy really high. All right, time to do our karate break. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's start with some stretches. Ready? Stretch your arms to the left. Stretch your arms to the right. This way looks more like a bird than a dog. I did the color and the pen on the same layer because my hands are moving so fast and I wasn't thinking. That's okay. All right, pull your elbows down like that. Good. Pull your elbows down like this. Okay. Make sure you guys take this time to stretch and rest. You don't want to get too like stuck in a certain position. Okay. All right. Twist your neck around. Here we go. Twist your neck around like that. Twist your neck around like this. Good. All right. You spent that whole time working. Damien! Oh my goodness. I used to do that too, and I would like, if I like did a sketch that I really liked, then I would do extra time on the watercolors. But there's the point where it's like, it does help, but it's also, yeah. There's pros and cons. You could do it whatever way you want, honestly. All right. Let's do a different stretch here. Okay. Let's take your hands, reach all the way down. Can you touch your toes? Okay. Can you reach backwards like this? Just like that. Okay. Yes, we're gonna do Sensei Says today. Okay. Now that we're all loosened up, if you need, you can just shake out your arms like that. There we go. Fling them to side to side. Okay, let's do some Sensei Says. I'm not going to wear the belt anymore because you guys can't see it, but I have it right there. And once we do it in the studio, and you guys can even come to the studio once COVID ends and all that, then we can, then I'll put on the belt and we'll do the whole thing. All right, ready? Here we go. Sensei Says. Okay. Man, you guys are going to like make me work for this one. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. I can do it. I can handle it. All right. Sensei says. Sensei says straight punch. 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 Shoot-do. Did I get you? Okay, I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure I didn't get anybody out with that one. All right. It's a good way to wake yourself up in the mornings to do a couple sketches like that because you're not really using a lot of energy, but it's like making your brain think really fast. And then all of a sudden your brain is like, okay, I'm up now. I know, Zach, it's going to be a bummer. But it'll still look cooler for you too because we'll have a bunch of other stuff. We'll have like a little bit more like sets and stuff. So it'll be a cool experience. But if anything, you're not going to be it won't be worse than it is here. So you'll still be able to do it. Okay, yeah, I know you guys are still in. Of course you guys are still in. Here we go. Ready? So you're getting out this one. Don't worry. Okay. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says shoot do. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Front kick. Side kick. Back kick. Gotta get you with those last 3 kicks. You're an invisible storm-tro person. I'm gonna be honest with that. I have no idea what you just said there. All right. You live in New Jersey. Well, Zach, I used to live in New Jersey too. So maybe if I am ever allowed to come visit you guys over there, we can do a live morning cartooning from Jersey. Wouldn't that be cool one day? All right. Still in. All right. Okay. Stretching it out. Okay. Okay. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says ridge hand. Sensei says down block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick, side kick, back kick. Did I get you with any of those? Okay. Isabella, do you know Zach? Are you guys? I wouldn't put your full addresses on there. Okay, yeah. Sensei says, let me know if I got any of you out with that last one. Okay, let's just keep on doing another round. I think this is going to be the last round though. So, because you guys are going to be excited for the next part. Okay? Sensei says... Sensei says vertical fist. 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 Sensei says rising block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says shoot do. Sensei says shoot do. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says shoot toe. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. I think I'm going too fast for my camera. I see it like freezing up now. Sensei says... Sensei says front kick, Sensei says side kick, Sensei says back kick, Sensei says shoot do, Sensei says middle block, Sensei says ridge hand, Sensei says ridge hand, Sensei says hammer fist, Sensei says straight punch, Sensei says middle block, Sensei says down block, Sensei says straight punch, Sensei says cross block, Sensei says middle block, Sensei says rising block, Sensei says cross block, Sensei says front kick, side kick, back kick, straight punch. Did you do the side kick, back kick, or straight punch? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't say Sensei says for this last one. On that note, though, drink some water. Cheers. If you guys are... Oh, because I went and froze? Okay. If I froze, you can just leave it where I got like half of those. If I'm being honest, I think I got myself out a couple times there. So cheers to us losers. If you won, I'll get you next time. But cheers anyway. So cheers. Water bottle. Okay. Whew. Make sure you drink water. Especially now it's getting hotter, too. I think it's like 80 degrees. Hey, Google, what's the temperature? Hey, Google, what's the temperature?
The current temperature in Los Angeles is 70 degrees.
70 degrees here. How's it in Jersey? Is it 70 degrees? Oops. Okay. Oops. Here we go. Our next portion of class, if you look up at the top, right over there, there we go, up there. where the little sun is at the top of the screen. It says beats. So we're going to discover what beats mean in the act of drawing a story. This should be really helpful for you guys for all of your stories. And yeah, and then we'll be almost finished for the day. Okay, so if you look right here, we have 4 panels. Now these look very much like cartoon panels, like comic strip panels, which are very similar to storyboards. So storyboards and comic book panels are very similar. Storyboards are usually a little bit longer, stretched out, but it still follows the same structure. So whether you're doing a comic strip or a storyboard, you're kind of doing the same thing. A storyboard, you just get to draw a lot more. And like how we were doing those really fast sketches, that's kind of how fast you should be drawing storyboards. So if you want to do storyboards for your story, they should be that rough and loose and sketchy like that. Now, if we broke up a story and broke it up really simply into 3 acts, beginning, middle, and end, you would have in the first act, you have context, where you're setting the scene, you're saying who, what, when, where, why, answering all those questions. And in act 2, you have to establish the goals, and you can also establish the conflict. And then in act 3, then you have the resolution, which is like how it's all resolved and comes together and ties it all in. So that's how you end the story. Yeah, guys, don't send your addresses on the chat. That's not cool. There's no need to go there. Keep your privacy a little bit. Okay. So, for example, if this is still kind of really vague and you're not sure how this is actually applicable, here's an example that you might recognize. So this is Mr. Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, and you see context. In the first shot, in the first act 1, the blue panel, you see they're setting the scene. He's just blowing bubbles, right? Pretty simple. And this is like a very, very simplified version of this, but it still works, and it's why the joke is also funny. In the second, you see the goals, which is just kind of like he's just watching the bubbles. In this third one, you see the conflict, which is the bubble pops. And then the act 3, it's the resolution, is what does he learn from it? How has he changed from it or whatever? And it's a kind of funny joke because he's showing that bubbles aren't that entertaining. Like, it's like we buy them and we're like, kids love them and like little kids like them. And they are fun, but it's like if you just are watching it and it pops, he's kind of making a joke that it's just like, so mildly entertaining. All right. So if do you guys think that you can create one of these for your comic book stories, or like one of your characters? This could be either a really simplified representation of your entire story, or it can just be a scene in your story, and then that would basically be a storyboard. Like if this was a scene in a movie, each like mini scene could have a whole little like arch to it. Okay, so for example, I tried to draw one, and I'll show you guys how I would come up with it. So we have Isabella's character. So Isabella, you have this character, right? It looks like it's like a shark cat mix kind of thing, like kind of like a shark wolf mix. Let me know if that's right. And I thought that would be a really fun character to do a little experiment with, to see if we can make it a little story based on it. Okay. So right now, if you guys aren't, you should be already drawing like these 4 panels. That way you can start doing sketches for your own stories. All right. And here is the sketches that I came up with for Isabella's story. All right, so you see the character, it's on a diving board. It jumps off, the board is like flipping, right? And it's diving off, and that's kind of like the goal, is to make it like a really nice dive. And then you hear the conflict, which is just like a scream, like, ah! And then the last panel, that's when you see the character is actually like freezing cold, and it's like shivering like that. Mano kit. Sounds like manatee and kitten kind of thing. And so that's like, that's the joke. If it's going to be a joke as opposed to like a story resolution, oh, that's one of my coworkers. Hey, AJ. Glad you could join us today. all the other students in the class are like, you guys are like, who is she? You guys gotta welcome the new people in the classroom. So yeah, so if you're doing a joke, the resolution usually is like unexpected one. So it's not the resolution that you were anticipating, and that's why it's kind of funny. It's a joke, kind of the same thing with Calvin and Hobbes right here. When we looked at it, here we go. Is that, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even know what you're expecting from it, but you're expecting maybe a bigger reaction than that. But yeah. So exactly. So I'm going to show you guys how we can take Isabella's character, since I already drew it in. That's how you would set up the scene. And then all I would do, this is how like actual cartoonists draw it, is that they take the sketch and then they ink it in. So let's ink it in. Yeah, I guess I'll use the dry ink. All right. So if you guys have a character, you could use a stick figure if you want, or you can do like a more interesting, you could do like a more intricate character. But I like Isabella's character because it kind of works to the character for it to be wanting to go like swimming. It looks very elegant, but it also has like the feline tendencies because it's a cat, I think, or a wolf in some way. And so it would be kind of funny if it didn't like the cold water as much. So what I would do right here, excuse me. All right. No, it's a furry species. All right, here we go. Are we doing time? We're good? Okay, cool. So while I'm inking this character, you guys can be working on your own stories or your own like storyboards, and that way I can see them too. And if anybody needs help, this would be the time for you guys to send me an email of your character or your story, and we could try to work on one right now. Yeah, let's see. There we go. And so just like I was saying when we started the really initial sketches where we're doing like 2-minute sketches, also she's blind. All Metal Kids are. Okay, interesting. This is the part when you do the inking. That's when you're a little bit more careful with the lines, and this is when you take your time with the lines. When you do the initial sketch, you don't have to do that. You kind of want to have like as much energy in your lines as possible. That way, when you do the inking, your ink hopefully keeps some of that energy, but without like the risk of like messing it up. And the reason I call this inking still is because when you're like when the artist Bill Watterson did Calvin Hobbes, he actually used like real pen and ink, and I've used that too. If you guys haven't done that yet, well, I know you sent me the story, but I want you guys to send me a picture of your sketch that you do right now of the panel, and I can help you if you're stuck with the panel for your story. I'm actually going to create another story for all of you guys. If you guys haven't tried, like I was saying though, you should try to get those quill a quill kit where it's like you put like a little metal quill inside like a plastic pen. You just stick it in, and then yeah, I didn't make these panels myself. The trick to making these panels here, I'll show you really quick too, if you need help if you're using Procreate. Okay. So I actually use the Calvin Hobbes strip as an example. I just lightened it like this. There we go. And then I use this brush that doesn't change width. The width of the brush doesn't change no matter how hard I press. And so then I just go like this. Ready? Oops, that's a little too thin. You could do it like this and then hold down at the very last second right here. But then you don't always have the exact control of like the proportions. See how it's a little bit wonky on the side? So what I did, I went like this. I did one line at a time. And then if you hold your other finger down while your hand is on the pen, it'll click it together, see, like this. And then that'll keep it totally vertical. So you could do this like this. Voila. And then you do the last one like this. There we go. And then to do multiple panels, I just go and I duplicate the layer. And when I move it, I make sure this magnet at the bottom of the screen is clicked. Oh, you can't see it. It's right there. This magnet, you want to make sure that's blue. And then when you move it, it'll like lock it into the line. See? And now I just merge these two together. And I duplicate these two as well. And when I move it, now you have 4 panels, just like that, super easy. Okay. How are you doing, Tom? We still got some time. Can you make a comic strip with one of everyone's characters? That'd be really cool. That would be cool. Does it have to be funny? I don't know if I can make it funny. I can maybe do like a picture with everybody's, a picture with everybody's artwork on it. If you guys come up with an interesting story or like an interesting panel that incorporates everybody's characters, I'll draw it for sure. Okay, we can. I'll draw it live for you guys one week. Okay, but you guys have to come up with the concept. Okay. You guys have to use the concept and submit the pictures to me, and then I'll during class we can come up with a comic strip together. Okay, I think that would be kind of cool. Okay, and I think I keep kind of distracted, but what I was saying with the quill pens is that if you use the quill pens, it's a really good like quarantine kind of craft activity to do, because you can buy like a little like dipping ink in like a Blick art store. This is how you spell Blick. It's B-L-I-C-K, like that. Those are the good ones. Blick is a good art store. And yeah, and if you guys need something to do over this quarantine, that would be a really fun thing to try. Or we're just stuck on the drawing your characters as a cartoon. Okay. Should I just teach everybody that? Can you guys host it for me? And like we do like a Zoom where I have guest speakers and you guys teach everyone how to draw your characters? How about that? All right. I feel like I'm giving this tail a little bit too many like curves to it. It's a pretty straight tail. Okay. Yeah, right? We just move this to Zoom class instead. All right. Also, after we do that, right, we do the sketch. Here we go. I would also ink underneath it, or if you were drawing it on real paper, you would make a scan of it, like you make a copy of the ink drawing, and then you'd color over the copy. That way you don't mess up your. Can we speed draw saucy? Yeah, maybe we'll do a speed draw next class of all your character submission. Show everyone how to draw. Okay, I'll teach everyone how to draw your characters. Okay, we can do that too. It's a really nice character design, Isabella. Very impressed by it. Very nice job. All right. I think that's. Did I miss it? Just a little bit of white on the ears. Okay. Oh, you know Blick? Very cool. Colin, I see your email. I can't draw speed draw Sauce right now, but I will draw him when we do all of the characters. Maybe we'll do a speed draw session for next episode. So, okay. If you guys, I just grabbed my post-it notes and they just did the whole like, oh, but you can't see it because it's green screen. Okay. Student characters. Okay. I'm writing it down right now. Okay. Send me your artists. I mean, your artists. You guys are the artists. Send me your drawings of your characters, and then we'll do that as a speed round in an upcoming episode. Maybe next episode. I'm not sure if we're gonna have time to do that, but if we do, yeah, we can do it next episode. Okay. All right. Let's switch over. Okay, we finished the beats. Your challenge for today, though, is create a classic comic strip, Sunday strip version of your comic by adding panels and color. So, have you ever read like the Sunday newspapers where they actually have like full page of like comics and everything, and they're all colored and there's like a lot more panels. You could do that, and you don't always have to stick with the panel structure that we did. That's just like a general standard one, but you can mix them around. If you look at Bill Watterson, I love him. If I love his stuff. He really has fun like playing around with the structure of the comic strips. Okay, I know, right? That would have been cool if there's see-through post-its. All right, so that's your challenge. Make a color comic strip, or at the very least, just draw a comic strip with your character. Okay. Submit your drawings, noafontana@gmail.com, or at my Instagram right there. Tag me in it, and I'll see it and I'll include it. Thumbs up and subscribe. Did you guys do that yet today? Let's see. Oh, some of you did. Very nice, very nice. If you want to help support Morning Cartoony, you can donate down below. There's a link. And then let me know what we should draw next. Next episode, we're going to be drawing dragons. This is a cool picture that I kind of put together. This is Khaleesi? I kind of forgot her name already, from Game of Thrones. And this is her dragon. This is the final version of it right here. But the next one in the middle, that's like the gray green screen version of it. Or that's like the gray 3D model without any like color or texture. And then the green is like the green screen, kind of like we use with the post-it notes. and that's what they use just for her to get an idea of what it should, where the dragon is. So yes, we're going to be drawing dragons next week. So if you have a dragon character, then yes, we can definitely draw it in class. So send it in, submit it, let me know, and I'll see you. Get out of that blue. And I'll see you on Tuesday. And yeah, I'm excited. Cool. I had fun too, guys. I'm reading the comments. Can we draw wings and wings of fire? That is dragon. I'm gonna write it down right now. Okay, wings of fire. That's the name of the dragon. If I just type in wings of fire, will I actually find it? Let me see. Wings of fire. I have so many notes that I take with you guys. Look at this. This is my sketchbook, my notebook right here, where it's got all these notes, post-its and stuff. Write down all your recommendations. So, I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and let me know if you want your character to be included in like the bunch. I'm gonna give you guys maybe like a week or so to send them all in. So just let me know, like specify that like this is the character that you want me to draw in the comic strip. And if you already sent it to me again, just so I know that that's the one that you want to use. Okay? I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.